Levels of self-hatred in Devices seriously disturb me indeed. The reason they are all like they are is because of certain chemicals being placed in the water supply by the elders of Devices, i.e., the Archmasons of Moonraker Lodge number 8747, who put those chemicals in the water supply to control the population and basically to reduce them to child rape, cannibalism, necrophilia, organ harvesting, and everything else I've explained about Devices indeed. I feel rather sorry for Devices people. Indeed, Devices chicks are notoriously cock addicted also. So it's interesting to consider. Indeed, I've theorized before that what happens to the bones from the organ harvesting ritual sacrifice cartel of Walter Rose and Sons Butcher Shop is that Devices chicks use the bones as dildos, which is all very disturbing indeed. This is the thing. What I've been up to isn't actually a reflection of the Anglos across Britain. It's reflective of what Devices are. This is really a big exposure of Devices. The only problem is Devices police's tentacles reach everywhere in Wiltshire, especially in Calne, which was taken over by the Devices kiddie porn rings in the 90s. So it's all very interesting. Calne used to be known as an anti-establishment, anti-authoritarian town until Devices police moved their kiddie porn rings into Calne. So it's all very interesting indeed. The chief executive now of the Calne kiddie porn rings is Viv Aplin, who handles the kiddie porn executive accounts for Devices police. So it's all very interesting to consider that her husband, Stephen Aplin, is the arch-patriarch of the Elders of Devices and is effectively the gatekeeper for all Devices operations, which is all very interesting to consider. Indeed, there is a woman in Calne who is supposedly my cousin, Michelle Simpkins, who continually tries to incite Faith of Ishmael adherents to assault me. So it's all very interesting indeed. What is this woman trying to protect? She is trying to protect. She claims she is trying to protect Britain from a Russian. But what she is actually trying to do is protect her own involvement in certain operations of Devices police. So it's all very interesting to consider indeed. Calne people are trying to protect the Devices police ring. Indeed, there is a certain local supposed gangster in Calne who wants my blood for previous exposures of him. Indeed, out of grace, I'm not going to mention his name in this exposure. But he is a grass and operates as a confidential informant for Devices police in Calne. So it's already quite interesting indeed. This overarching reign of Devices police over Calne is part of a criminal empire that is being built out of Wiltshire Police headquarters by networks of Anglo heritage Wiltshire Police operatives who have sold their soul to the devil, i.e. Moonraker Lodge number 8747, and have entered into cartel arrangements with Faith of Ishmael adherents of Albanian, Pakistani, Bengali, Iraqi, Kurdish and Turkish heritage, operating various schemes around the Wiltshire countryside, all for the profits of Wiltshire Police, and containing Anglo villagers from any kind of uprising against the perverts of Wiltshire Police. Indeed, a lot of the problems I'm experiencing at the moment are due to my exposures of Wiltshire Police and Devices residents. So it's all very interesting to consider. Indeed, Devices are actually the traitors. They attempted to form a network with Faith of Ishmael adherents and Russian spies to destroy me. Indeed, in doing so, they betrayed many girls from that town. So it's all very interesting to consider that I am not a traitor. Indeed, the Devises population are traitors despite claiming to be Anglo patriots. They are so intertwined with Faith of Ishmael adherents that they are basically Faith of Ishmael people. So it's all very interesting to consider. Indeed, the rape rate in Devizes is higher than any other small town in the UK. So it's all very interesting to consider. As I stated, I believe this is due to the chemistry being placed into the water and a certain toddler fetishism among Devizes residents, which leaves them open to blackmail from Russian and Israeli spies. Indeed, the British Empire ceased to exist over 100 years ago. And what's even more interesting is that the British actually lost the First World War. Germany was victorious in the First World War, which is all very interesting to consider. The details of this are a little bit hazy, but the British Empire ceased to exist 100 years ago. Indeed, the British government has been controlled since then by the Abwehr, so it's all very interesting to consider. Indeed, these days, the main entities controlling the British government are networks. That's very interesting. The main networks controlling the British government these days are royalist Chetniks of Albanian heritage, Turks, Israelis, and Russians. So it's all very interesting to consider. Indeed, how this makes sense is that royalist Chetniks entered into cartel arrangements with several Albanian mob bosses in the 90s and gradually took control of the British government through networks of Albanian mobsters. So it's interesting that Chetniks are coordinating the activities of Keir Starmer. Indeed, these Chetniks are of the old Pechenats Chetniks networks, therefore are fascist collaborators, operative to destroy England. So it's all very interesting to consider. Indeed, it's all very strange how it all comes round, considering my time in the Balkans, analysing these people. Indeed, it's all very interesting that the Mihailovich Chetniks don't know what to do, but the Pechenats Chetniks are operative for a ring known as the Octopus, which is a synthesis of the Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst and the Israeli Mossad, with oversight by the Jericho Group, therefore oversight by the KGB. Indeed, the GRU are notoriously factional and aren't entirely sure what is going on anymore. Indeed, due to the compartmentalization of the Russian intelligence services, the majority of GRU operatives don't have a clue what is going on. Even in their own country, they don't know exactly what is going on. So it's all very interesting to consider. Indeed, the migration patterns in the United Kingdom are not due to British government officials wanting to bring in those of Faith of Ishmael migrants. It's happening because all of the British government are under blackmail from royalist Chetniks and a load of various interlinking intelligence services of various nations, including Iran, China, Israel, and Russia. So it's all very interesting to consider the entire British government are pederasts under blackmail. So it's all very strange to consider. Indeed, apparently I had heard from a source that 94% of males in Devizes are under blackmail also. So it's all very interesting to consider. Indeed, this organ exposure has caused a lot of interest from various deep state operatives who are curious about this lunatic. So it's all very interesting to consider. Indeed, People are very curious about me. However, I'm going to state my loyalties now. My loyalties are to Anglo Village felines and no one else. This is the thing. There are theories that I'm Russian opposition. This is a very astute statement to make. Indeed, I sympathize with anti Putin Russian networks because I despise the octopus. So, Putin's a Sabbatean, an operative of DVD cells who are handling him via electroshock therapy. So, it's all very interesting. Putin is being electroshocked by DVD operatives regularly. However, I despise the man, so I have very little sympathy for him. Indeed, he is a closet homosexual, and supposedly, in terms of his religious orientation, he is actually a Wahhabi fundamentalist. It's interesting considering the crossover between Sabbateanism and the faith of Ishmael. So it's all very interesting indeed. Putin is a radical Wahhabi, and currently the Soviet continuum intelligence services, i.e., factions of the GRU, basically the entire KGB, are operating in close coordination with the Saudi intelligence services, attempting to commit some sort of atrocity here in Wiltshire to end this exposure of the organ trade. So it's all very interesting to consider. What did I blow open that morning in July 2020 when suddenly I was attacked with beams after I uploaded a video about the Don cult and connections between KGB operative, British police, and the organ trade? What exactly did I blow open? Did I have been being radiated since that day, more or less? So it's interesting to consider that somebody has been irradiating me since that day. Indeed, the faith of Ishmael want me dead. The Israelis want me contained. And the Russians want me to defect to them. So it's all very interesting to consider, but I've stated this. My loyalty is to the Anglo Village felines. Now, what you want to draw from that terminology is up to you. However, I can basically say that I am loyal to the cat people. So it's all very interesting to consider. The British Empire is dead. There is no Britain. Things are going to become tribal now. Things are going to break down now. And the British police are not going to be able to handle the situation. Therefore, private military contractors and security firms with ties to the Mossad are going to step in and introduce a rather harsh regimen. But basically, all the local village girls will become the property of Faith of Ishmael men. Indeed, Devizes people are attempting to make friends as much as possible with Faith of Ishmael men so that they can be involved in having these harems of young village girls. So it's very interesting to consider. Indeed, Devizes are living in a bubble. Indeed, Devizes people thought that Ollie Smith was from London. He was actually from a small village of less than 1,000 people just outside of Devizes. So it's all very interesting to consider. Indeed, their spatial awareness seems to be rather limited. Indeed, it's all rather funny for a lunatic well versed in cities and countryside to analyze exactly what is going on with the Devizes residents. Indeed, I must admit I'm still rather baffled by Devizes residents. And the chicks, they were slutty as fuck. There was nothing nice about them at all. Indeed, they shove bones up their vaginas after the Rose and Sons butcher shop commit their ritual sacrifices, and the organs are harvested, and the meat is sold as cannibal meat in Walter Rose and Sons. They have the bones and use them as dildos. That's sick. That's basically necrophilia. Indeed, those are Devices chicks are currently sleeping with Faith of Ishmael adherents in an attempt to get them to kill me again. So it's interesting to consider. The Devices chicks keep getting on their knees, begging Faith of Ishmael adherents for dick in an attempt to get me killed, which is altogether very irritating because although I have loyalty to local village felines, I feel very little loyalty to Devices felines. So it's all very interesting indeed. They weren't particularly pleasant, really, especially considering I was just a sweet mental patient. They just attempted to use me and extort me. And a lot of this has to do with the fact that there's chemistry in the water supply in Devices to create the worst human beings imaginable. Indeed, Devices is being used in an experiment. The residents of Devices are being used in an experiment by British Freemasons to create a new race of people that will engage in cannibalism, necrophilia, and child rape as normal, which is basically very similar to Sabbateans. So it's all very interesting to consider. Indeed, I'm beginning to consider Devices Sabbatean. It is Sabbatean territory, indeed. Wiltshire Police are Sabbateans in their behaviour, so it's all very interesting to consider. Indeed, the Russian spies around Wiltshire are starting to take sides, i.e., pro-Sabbatean or anti-Sabbatean. It is interesting to consider that the Russian mob is majority percentage controlled by Sabbateans. So it's all very interesting to notice. Indeed, Israeli spies have watchers in Warminster and are monitoring me and are asking the British police to contain my exposures by levelling charges of anti-Semitism against me. It's all very interesting indeed. I don't think anything's going to come of that, so it's all right, really, indeed. The Warminster residents are unsure what to make of me because they find that I give them the heebie-jeebies. Indeed, I'm a severely mentally ill man with an infestation of demons being put in my brain by Freemasons. Of course, I'm not going to appear normal in my day-to-day activities. I am not normal. I am unique. This is the thing. Devices and Calm have an agenda to see me dead and protect their child rape rings, which is what all of this is coming down to. Indeed, Devices and Calm just want to protect their little countryside paradises where they rape toddlers, harvest organs, and sell organs for enormous profits. Indeed, this is what Michelle Simpkins of Calm Police, Women's Police Constable Michelle Simpkins of Calm Police, is attempting to protect this ring from being exposed by me. So it's all very interesting. It may be a little bit late for that now. Indeed, my exposures of a few years ago were pretty grand, so it's all already been done. Indeed, I'm just retreading old ground talking about Michelle Simpkins and her husband. So I'm going to leave off that. Indeed, it's all very interesting to consider that my own family have been trying to have me killed for several years, including Women's Police Community Support Officer Sally Field, the girlfriend of Stuart Welch, has been trying to kill me for over 10 years. Indeed, the night I was arrested for biting her, Sally Field was trying to kill me. Indeed, various police people have theorized that that was the case. However, these kiddie porn ring people all protect their own. Indeed, Sally Field is chief the operative for Viv Aplin in this circuit. Indeed, Women's Police Community Support Officer Sally Field, the girlfriend of Stuart Welch, was trying to kill me the night I bit her arm. Well, bit a chunk out of her arm, but she was trying to kill me. So let's get this on the public record. Sally Field should technically have been arrested for attempted murder that night, so it's all very interesting to consider. It's good to get this in the public domain. My family are trying to kill me. Various members of my family, anyway, including the Fields and the Simpkinses. So it's interesting. They're trying to kill me. So it's all rather strange to consider indeed. I have very little time for my supposed family. Indeed, the Dennis bloodline have issues with me talking about the judiciary and the police. So it's all very interesting to consider. Indeed, so many people have issues with the things I talk about because they're not prepared to open their eyes to the fact that this country is under blackmail for the very reasons that I'm explaining about. Indeed, this whole country is under blackmail by Russian, Israeli, Chinese, and Iranian spies who have the upper hand because all of these percentages of the population in Britain can't handle themselves around toddlers. They can't control themselves around toddlers, so they've opened themselves up for blackmail. Indeed, this sickness is being created by the water supply. So it's interesting to consider it. Indeed, it's the water supply that is creating this fetishism within the population. Indeed, there are reasons. I do not drink tap water. So it's all very interesting to consider. I do not drink tap water because I worry about my brain becoming weird. However, I don't think I'd suffer with the problems that other people suffer from in terms of fetishism, but I don't want to risk my brain being damaged in any way by the water supply. So it's all very interesting to consider. Indeed, the organs are what this is all coming down to. And Walter Rose Sons and Butcher Shop, Walter Rose and Sons Butcher Shop, and the organ harvesting cartel operating out of there. So it's all very interesting to consider. This is a Butcher Police network, very much a British police ring. So it's all very interesting to consider. Indeed, I'm going to leave it there now before I carry on all evening.